I'm always never sure what to make of you just like cuddled up on the floor right there in that specific spot. You seem to go to that specific spot a lot. And I got a feeling like in the middle of this recording, you're just going to leap up to my lap the moment there's an empty spot because that's what you do. Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you're doing swell. It's time for another channel update video because we are approaching the tail end of the year, and I want to give you guys just a 411 of what's going on with the channel and upcoming plans for the remainder of the year and the beginning of next year. So without further ado, let's start breaking them down topic by topic, looking at my notes for reference. So over the past weekend, my close friends and family just wrapped up Pac-Man Fever for Extra Life's game day. We spent 24 hours just playing nothing but Pac-Man games, and we managed to raise over $11,000 for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. We got our winners for the Pac-Man 40th arcade machine and the Nintendo Switch raffle. It was an amazing time. We weren't sure how the pandemic was going to affect things because normally we like to meet up and, station around a bunch of monitors and consoles. It's pretty much like a radio station, and it's one of my favorite things to do in the year because I just like the atmosphere, the coziness, and just like shooting the shit with my friends and family for a day's time. But we had to do everything digitally this year, like over Discord conversations, and it ended up not affecting pretty much anything at all. We had a few crashes like on the server. We had to stop the stream and restart it a couple of times, but yeah, that's peanuts compared to things that could have happened, like maybe another DDoS or something catching on fire. But it ended up being a fantastic time, and even though I bled my heart out by the end of that live stream and throughout social media, I want to say again, thank you everyone thank you for I'm struggling to find the words to just properly thank you guys. So let's keep it simple. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you on the YouTube side, the Twitch side, whatever side you're in. If you raised money, if you raised awareness for it, if you donated $1, $100, $500, I don't give a shit. Thank you all the same. We're gonna make a lot of kids happy. We're gonna make Children's Hospital of Philadelphia happy, as we do every year. Thanks to you guys. So again, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you. So in terms of upcoming videos, the schedule in general, I've been getting questions like, when's the next marathon? What is the next marathon? I think I've been pretty obvious on what I want the next marathon to be, and it wants to be Final Fantasy. But in terms of just like projects in general, what exactly is the deal happening for the remainder of this year and starting next year? So here's the 411. So over the last couple of months, as you no doubt seen with some of the Versus videos and some Spotlight videos, I went and did the one thing that I thought I would never do in my lifetime, given how much of a big control freak I am. I went and hired an editor. Yeah, I've commissioned Sabrina, Zelda Link Lover 13 on Twitter to work on a few videos because I want to see what the workload, the workforce is like when I have someone else doing something while I can focus on other things. And it's been a very interesting learning experience, and it's something I definitely want to take advantage of for like future videos in the upcoming months, especially not towards the end of the year where holidays are kind of like the YouTube sweeps, to use like broadcasting terms there, where this is where all your favorite content creators start pushing like high quality videos to like make the most out of ad revenue and all that, to really capitalize that before everything just goes straight to shit starting in January and beyond. However, this being 2020, you can argue as a content creator that every month this year has been a January, so to speak, in terms of just analytics, ad revenue, what have you. It just hasn't been a very optimistic time just in terms of like, making money and doing this stuff for a living, which you have no doubt seen the result of that kind of stuff on my channel for this year because I've done a lot of sponsors. Skillshare, Surfshark, Raycon is the big one. And that's only because, in terms of just like raw revenue that videos make, it's not that much. So I have to use sponsorships to like cover the cost. However, this has had a side effect that has made things a little troublesome in terms of just like making videos in time for like sponsorship deadlines. Making the promos and like setting up the links and domains, and like that's not the problem. It's actually attaching it to a video in question. But if there's a case where the game ends up being so long and you only have so much time to get a script together, to get the video shot, to make sure everything is good to go, and then on top of having the sponsor approved and attaching it to the video, it's a lot of work just to get a regular video out. And that has been troublesome because I want to pursue certain video ideas, but I also want to make sure I meet deadlines. For the remainder of November and December, I guess the rest of the year, to put it in shorthand, there are a few more promos that I have to get ready for the next couple of videos. However, given that I'm already like juggling between YouTube stuff and stuff behind the scenes, like involving family and friends and all that, what I'm gonna do, because I feel I've been like overly stressing myself just thinking about, I mean, I gotta get these videos ready, but I also gotta get the promos ready because it's close to the end of the year. I gotta make sure I make money because I gotta pay the bills, and I gotta get ready for stuff that could be happening next year, which I will get into in a second. But since the next major marathon or like projects in general involve like really beefy games that take me multiple sessions to just record, not counting like writing scripts or taking notes down and all that, I'm likely going to stick with individual videos for the remainder of the year, and then finally spend January kickstarting the Final Fantasy Marathon and returning to Resident Evil, because I know Resident Evil 8 is going to be making the rounds, I don't want to say around that time, but close to that time, and I want to like use that as a means of like getting back to where I left off with like Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, and Resident Evil 7. But Final Fantasy is what I really want to spend time on, because I've been, you know, the PlayStation 2 video, how many times did I tease it? A lot of you caught that. It was like, you felt blue balled, and it's like, I know. And I want to start this as soon as possible, but I want to start the Final Fantasy Marathon without the stress of getting it ready for a deadline and all that, because I feel that's the biggest lesson I learned for 2020. But, you know, in a world where I didn't have to worry about SGB because of the pandemic, or I had extra time than I thought I was going to, given that circumstance, and actually hiring an editor, what can I take from that? How can I make that better for myself beginning next year and beyond? And I think I have the answer for that, and I want to start putting that into action. But I don't want to start a new marathon while like smoothing the process out. I'm feeling 2021 is going to be a humongous year for this channel specifically, not just because, you know, it's a brand new year and all that, but because that will be the 10th anniversary of my Johnny Versus series. And like, I want to go all fucking out. Like, besides starting a marathon that I've wanted to do for a long time, you got like the Sonic's 30th anniversary, the Metroid's 35th anniversary, Zelda's 35th anniversary. There is so much we can do for 2021 that I just want to buckle down, maybe get new assets ready, new themes, all that sort of thing. Like, I just want to give the channel a nice shiny coat of paint. I feel for this year, especially as we're getting to the tail end of it, I learned what I can do, I learned what I can't do, I learned what I shouldn't do, and I really just want to like apply all that beginning next year. And I guess a major topic that we can go into in terms of like how 2021 will be different would involve, I guess, channel support and all that. Because, well, to go back into what we were talking about earlier about like sponsorships and promos and all that sort of thing, let's get into that. Because I know like a good chunk of you, I'm not entirely sure of the total number, but I know a chunk of you are not too big on the sponsorships, whether the Skillshare, Surfshark, Raycons especially. I know, like, whether you don't, like, you just don't skip them entirely or you just don't really give a shit about it. Either way, I know they are as baked in ads, they are a bit intrusive. So what I was thinking, what I wanted to gauge opinion on is if I were to start something like a Patreon, which is like a glorified tip jar, like minimum $1. I don't give a shit. If I were to start that up to help reduce the amount of sponsors that I would attach to videos just to make sure I'm getting properly paid and all that, would you guys support that just as a means of like, I guess, reducing those or just showing support for the channel? I'm going to leave a poll in the description just so I can get an idea of what you guys think about that, because I already do Twitch live streams, and that has its own like subscription base, and but that's for like a different form of entertainment. Those are for live streams and all that, and I already got a healthy subscriber base then and there. But you know, not everybody on my YouTube feed watches my live streams because they're not interested in those. You know, they just want to watch my reviews, and that's totally fair. I get that. I thank you for watching them anyway. So, but I still get from time to time folks asking, is there a means that I can support you? Because, you know, you don't really have a donate button on this channel anywhere. You don't stream on YouTube, so I can't do like a super chat or something. I had no idea how terminology works on YouTube in terms of like live streams and all that. I don't really do that except for the charity events. So time to time, I'll get people asking, is there a way I can support you? And I'd like, oh, I mean, you can like subscribe to my Twitch. It's like, but I don't watch Twitch. I don't use Twitch. So I guess we'll pass on that. So I've been hesitant on the idea of opening with Patreon for a long time because I feel there's always a added pressure of having that like behind your back, or I guess under your notch, and you know, you got these people donating money to you, want to support you, but it's like, All right, it's go time, dude. You got to think of incentives and all that, but I want to look at this as like a one step at a time sort of thing, where I open it up just as a means of like a tip jar so that you guys can show a means of support, and so that I can, I guess, have a little extra cash on the side so that I don't have to rely on, you know, this product or that product, or you know, shilling this or shilling that, because I get it. I understand. I know sometimes they can be very intrusive, and I know, don't get me wrong. When I bring that up, more than enough of you guys say that, dude, it's okay. I mean, you know, still, if there's a means to make it less annoying, less intrusive, then I want to do that, so that you guys are enjoying yourselves more when you're, you know, sitting down and watching my stuff, whether you're on the bed or on the computer or on the shitter. I don't give a shit. I just want to make sure you guys are having a good time while you're watching my next video. But before I even consider doing that, again, leave a poll in the description below. Would you guys be down with supporting a Somecallmejohnny Patreon, just as a means of support? Maybe you guys get like early access to the next video coming up. You know, a really standard as fuck Patreon service, like, because I don't know if I'm capable of making like different tiers where, you know, $5 tier, you get early access to a video, or $1 tier to show you support, $10 tier, you get access to my OnlyFans account. That doesn't actually exist, but I just wanted to see if you guys would react to that momentarily before you just typing in the comments. But yeah, that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. And to quickly summarize, I want to thank everybody for donating money for PacMan Fever and for Extra Life's Game Day, raising money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Over $11,000 raised. Absolutely amazing. As always, you guys kill it every single year. This year was no different. Pandemic notwithstanding, you know, that's absolutely heartwarming to see. A lot of kids are going to be happy. Because I have a few sponsorships and promos to get ready for the rest of the year, I'm not going to begin my next marathon, that's Final Fantasy, and I'm also not going to be returning to Resident Evil until January in the earliest, because I just want, like, I want a fresh start. I just want to empty the plate. Let's put it that way. I want to empty the plate, clean it up, make sure everything is good to go. And just to reduce stress, I'm just going to keep it to individual videos in the meantime, so that I'm not like killing myself just trying to get these videos out, because I want to start doing less of that. I want to just, like, you know, I've been doing really well over the last couple of months taking care of myself physically, but like mental exercises, that's an entirely different thing. And I've been sort of faltering with that as we approach the end of the year. And you know what? I'm getting tired of that. I mean, like, there's always going to be issues to deal with. There's always going to be things that need to be sorted out. But it's time that I just start doing what makes me feel more comfortable with myself. And I guess just start taking better control of things that are in my control, if that makes any sense. And I guess finally, to help set a foundation for the sort of things, I am considering open a Patreon, but I want to see what you guys think about the idea of that first. So again, in this, there she is. There she is. I told you. You didn't exactly jump, but you were clawing on my knee. You were clawing on my thigh. You were scratching my pants. You see, this is what happens. So yeah, I'm considering opening a Patreon. And hold on, I should probably put the cat down, because then it looks like I'm using Celine to, like, make you feel pity. Like, don't you want to support me? Celine would like it. But yeah, I want to get an idea of what you guys think about that first. So again, there's going to be a poll in the description. Would you guys be down for supporting me on my Patreon, if I were to make one, as a means of just making sure I have a solid enough foundation, and so that you guys would see, like, less sponsors on videos, you know, so I could just thank you guys at the end of videos. They're just saying, like, thanks to my patrons and all sort of thing. I guess I say names, usernames, handle. I don't really know. I don't really do that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what's going on. And I wasted enough of your time, so I will catch you guys in the next video. As always, thank you all for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask if you decide to go outside. Have yourselves a fantastic night, or morning, I guess, and take care.